Hi everyone, it's Cassandra Williamson. Give me 1 second as I make some tweaks on my phone here. I'm on the road. I'm going back to the hospital to check on Mom. I left this morning about 7. She was doing all right then. They determined that she has pneumonia and there's some swelling on one of her legs. So they're giving her some antibiotics and stuff like that to deal with the pneumonia. We thought there were much more serious issues going on, and it turns out that all of her lab work was good. Everything was good. But anyway, so that's a brief update. Mom's fine. Checked on my sister and brother, and they're fine too. So now I need to figure out where the button is that turns the darn camera around. Oh, back there it is. Okay, I know where it is now. Hold on a minute. I'm coming in. So let's just leave it on me for a while. So right now I'm going to get back out on the road and drive towards Tiger. Excuse me. So thank you for coming into the program. This is Cassandra Williamson coming to you from Pike County, Kentucky. And I hopefully got all my microphones on and all the other gadgets and do-whizzies on. Yeah, yesterday, Charlie Kirk was killed by an assassin. I don't know yet whether or not that person has been captured who shot him. They shot him from about 200 yards out. One shot, one bullet. So what I'm saying by that is that there's a really good, strong chance this person was highly trained, at least. And they were very prepared at the very least for what they wanted to do. Had a plan to enter, black clothing, hide, shield themselves as best as possible, and then had an escape plan as well. So this is America today, folks, because it's become abundantly clear that none of us, there's not an American out there that seems to be able to actually set aside their ability that other Americans can think differently than them, believe different, have different viewpoints, and the challenging part is figuring out a way to get people to actually understand. And when Charlie was killed yesterday, it brought it out into the mercy of what's going on in the country. Right, and I do that too, by the way, I do it. So it's, but what I'm going after are the ideas that I disagree with. The things that their ideological perspectives. Going after them as a person, I'm going after them based on their antipathy towards other Americans who might not think like them or love like them or believe like them. Any of those things, those are the things that I will talk about, and sometimes very righteously angry about it. So I do those things. I get it. So yeah, I'm just navigating on the road. Anyway, so it's, I try not to make it personal. I know that there are some people all across this country that are just, that need help, to put it bluntly. But it comes in all sizes, in all shapes, in all ideological perspectives, and all religions, and as well as all political divisions. And for me, even though I disagreed completely with everything that Charlie Kirk promoted, he believed what he was talking about so strongly that he was able to persuade large numbers of young people to follow him in this country, all across the country, from campus to campus. He's been doing it since he was like 18 years old. The men believed what he was saying, and he thought he was right in that. I disagree, and that's fine. But that is no reason or justification to kill someone. There are exceptions to this, and I'll be very pointed about that. And that major exception is this: for me personally, I know of people who have lost their lives to these narco traffickers, drug traffickers from around the world, and I have no qualms about blowing a darn boat out of the water that's got a bunch of drugs on it, a bunch of traffickers and human traffickers and drug traffickers and all that. I don't care about that at all. I don't, because they have maimed this country and been doing it for literally decades. But with Charlie Kirk, as an American, as someone who thinks differently than me, I have no issue with that. I do have issues whenever he would attack trans people or so there we are. Anyway, so I mean, I will stand up. Americans agree with them or at all. That's their right. And that's how we should be treating people too, right? With some decency and respect. Now, the thing that really gets all over me is that yesterday, when the Republicans wanted to do a moment of prayer, just a silent acknowledgement about Charlie Kirk had lost his life, and he's well respected on that side of the fence, folks. Well respected, shaded. And when the House Republicans decided that they want to do a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk, and they began to, and then the Democrats, not all of them, but they started booing and hissing. That action right there told the whole country that the Democrats in the House, not necessarily all Democrats, but the ones who are in control in the House of Representatives, for the most part, they have no qualms about yelling and hissing at people, even in the moment of their death, where you have family members who are suffering. You have children who are missing their dad. You have a wife who's missing her husband. And you have parents missing their son. The decent human thing to do is to sit down and shut up. If you can't say something nice, say nothing at all in a case like this. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of stuff out there that we disagree with. Absolutely. Fine. Disagree. And continue to do so. Stand up for those things. But oh my gosh, don't vilify someone in this situation, because it's going to be turned against you. It will be made a weapon against all that you believe, and you will be painted as lacking of any kind of compassion or understanding or recognition that a lot of people in the country actually loved and respected Charlie Kirk. For me, it's the same thing with the young lady who was killed down in Raleigh, North Carolina, Arena. The monster who stood up from behind her and then just blithely stabbed her in the neck, and then she's laying there staring up at him wondering what happened, and she dies. But the thing that got me about that was that there wasn't, for a minute and a half, almost a minute and some seconds, no one moved to help that girl. And even that, none of them tackled that. And well, we just live, and I don't want to get, it's not my business. We don't want anybody else. It's lost her life. And it took weeks. It took weeks before it up and made it a deal, and then the Republicans made it a bigger deal because Democrats hadn't done anything to speak out against what had happened. And they painted it as, well, it was another black man, and the Democrats refused to go after a black man who is mentally ill or in any capacity who did something horrendous. So they painted the Democrats in a bad light. And then the Democrats did what they did yesterday in the House regarding Charlie Kirk. And then I've got people all over Facebook who are saying things that are crazy, folks. Crazy. A human being lost their life, an American lost his life. Personally, I on all of it. But he had a right to that. And then I get people on my Facebook account and on places out here laughing about it. Even though you tell